Ashika U, actually. Nice reminder to turn that thing off. Thanks. What's up? Welcome. Did you see Ultralisks find your neutral command center? Oh yeah, it looks like it. Must have been for your base layouts or something. Alright, so I'm going to edit the audio here for this map. And then I'll hopefully be able to start the triggers. Equals? What does equals do? Does that set it to 12? What the fuck? That's really weird. I never knew that.
Soviet Russia, wrecked son save you. In Soviet Russia. In Soviet Russia, wrecked son save you. In Soviet Russia, mind control you.
The echo is a little, or the reverb rather, is pretty intense, which I was not expecting.
Soviet Russia. In Soviet Russia, wrecked son save you. Migraine, da? Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Migraine, da?
That's good enough. That'll do. What do you mean, why is it weird? No, it's just, I didn't know you could use the equals sign to turn something into neutral. It doesn't, in my head, I don't think of it as a 12 key. So I was kind of surprised that that even worked.
Time for medicine!
Rend with teeth.
Perfect.
Rend with teeth. Rend with teeth. Rend with 3. With teeth. With teeth. Teeth.
There we go.
Ah! Ah!
Not exactly what I thought was going to be there. We'll just leave it as it is. Should be fine.
We have the power of the agents of the fathers of TOD. You will probably not win. Power. The power. You D of T of T. T-O.
Perfection.
Yes!
This pack's ready.
I don't remember what I used for Charlie. I think I have that documented somewhere, though.
Save me, Ahmed! Save me, Ahmed!
America, land of the fat and home of the dairy.
Perfect. Yes, Charlie quacks, apparently. It's not my character. I've basically made it my character at this point. Time will tell if the quacking continues.
Save me, Ahmed!
This pack's ready.
We gotta do Chuck and Ahmed as the last ones.
So when do we... I'm not infested.
What do you mean I couldn't think of anything?
Hello? Oh, hey Ahmed. I thought you were an indie...
No, I mean that's part of his character, is that he quacks.
Who was that retard? I, DK on that one, man. So when do we start? Kerrigan's Chuck? I'm not infested. Ahmed, the script says they're called clownies? Oh.
No, because he's literally not even in... Like, Charlie's an enemy for most of it, so there's not much conversation between the two of them.
Any particular reason? These must be the clownies you were talking about. And we're walking. Wait, how did we even hear that? Damn. I'm sorry, man. Ah, shit. And I thought the Raiders were Mongols. And I thought the Raiders were Mongols. Right on. We can chuck this up to another win while the boss is napping in a bottle. You and me both. So what do we do now? Right.
Alright, so this is prepped, but I have to do the radio sound effects in the background. I'll do the same thing to Ahmed.
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh yeah, that was me getting into character.
Come on, pick up! Get over here right now, Chuck! I really need your help! I have a serious problem and I can't handle it alone! Chuck! Shut up! Look at this! Look at this! I don't know. He looks like every other clown clone I've ever seen. But I need your help. I can't take on 4AI alone. I mean, what do I look like? A scout portrait? That's up for the player to decide. Chucka! Let's go. Let's find those retards and light them up. Yeah, it's pronounced retard.
Man, I can't believe I let DF talk me into doing that. Just made one of the enemies call. Just
they must be charmed.
You'll see it in the game.
Let's find those mind nodes and make them look like my father. Not these guys. Did you write that one yourself? Put them out of their misery. Put their whole faction out to pasture. We gotta get my friends back.
Where am I? No.
Shove this up your own. You actually? Quick, kill his node before he figures out how to attack. I hope you'll respawn. Man, I didn't know Protoss had birth defects. I did. Take some ibuprofen and get ready to smash some...
Oh yeah, I got destroyed because I was gonna call them normal.
Take some ibuprofen and get ready to... Those fuckers exterminated my friend. Now I have to wait 3 minutes for him to respawn. In the words of a complete and utter embarrassment, they'll pay for that. First, they take my friends. Then they kill them? That's it, they're dead. Those are my middle names. Serves you retards right for messing with my friends. Well, it's done. The retards have been destroyed. What do you say we go there next?
Man?
I can't believe my whole base is destroyed. We can't let Raw Flesh take my supporting cast. We'll just have to try again, or I'll never get my own campaign.
Hell yeah. Oh, first we'll save this.
AI alone to decide. Good. Let's go.
Why? It's fun.
Come on, you Napoleon complex having mongoloid! Pick up! Pick up! Get over here right now! Come on, you you Napoleon! Come on, you Napoleon!
Wait, what? What did I just do? Oh. How the fuck does that even happen? I must have been shouting.
Come on, you Napoleon complex!
I'll keep tweaking that later. Wait, what? I said it's fun to voice act. What do you mean by... Why are you talking about games?
Chuck!
Or is that your connection? Like, you're not a fan of any of that? I mean, I'm just saying, insofar as you want to, oh, I need to go grab one of the audio files from another project as well. I just remembered. I don't want to forget about that. But yeah, insofar as you're trying to. Make custom characters and stuff. You really bring them to life if you're spending time doing the voice acting, so. Wait. What? Alright, that's... don't look at that one. That's a mess. I just need my fraud. Where the fuck is it? Where's the fraud sound? Do I have to actually open it up in the editor to find it? Probably. Apparently I did not save the file anywhere. Should be in Protoss. What? It's not? Wait. What? Oh, here it is. Of course. Classic WinMPQ requirement because PyMPQ is useless.
Tony!
This is such a like a deep cut. Nobody knows where this is from. This is so stupid. I can't believe I'm still using this sound. What a mess. It's so bad.
Tony!
It's so like poorly compressed too that even my attempts to compress it here and make like not compress it but edit it. What a mess. There's some things I never thought I would be doing. This is definitely one of them. Holy shit.
Tony!
Classic.
Tony!
That's the disciple of Tony in high definition. So stupid. I can probably still find the raw audio that I used for that, but what a joke. Alright. Okay, so I've marked out all these. Yeah, now I need to grab the files. Medic. And those.
Hello? 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 Oh, hey Ahmed. I thought you were an Indian tech support guy. Who was that retard? DK on that one, man. So when do we start?
Well, if you're talking about resistance, like in the War of Art, well, I mean, I don't know about I don't really necessarily subscribe to the philosophical, like religious shit that's in that book, but I do think that it's a nice way of conceptualizing the force that stops you from. I mean, it's an internal force, but it's still a force that seems to act upon you, and by conceptualizing it in that way, it can definitely help you to defeat it. So, I look past the religious stuff that guy ends up putting a lot of stock into, and I see where he's found utility in that. Just like, it's sort of like how you can find utility in some stuff that's in religious texts, even if you're not subscribing to the religiosity or like the the scientific claims that they make. They make moral claims or claims about how to live your life to the fullest, and some of those can be used well even in the modern day. And so that's where you can find some value in it, even if you're staunchly anti-religious or whatever. So it's kind of like looking past that stuff. I didn't make voice acting for Alderas, but I grabbed... I mean, I didn't voice act them myself. I just grabbed samples and connected them.
Kerrigan's Chuck? I'm not infested. Ahmed, the script says they're called clownies? Oh.
Bing, bong, bing, 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 bong.
Any particular reason these zerglings are so damn fat? Affirmative.
That's a good catchphrase for this guy.
These must be the clownies you were talking about. And we're walking. Wait, how did we even hear that? Damn, I'm sorry, man. Ah, shit. Rexon's base is down. And I thought the Raiders were Mongols. And I thought the Raiders were Mongols. Right on. We can chalk this up to another win while the boss is napping in a bottle. You and me both. So what do we do now? Right.
What are your thoughts on Resistance Week?
Hello? Oh, hey Ahmed. I thought you were an Indian tech support guy.
Oh, I'm sure we can find some uses for them. But whether or not they're a priority remains to be seen. Well, it seems like because you're juggling hobby work with the internship and any lessons that you're also taking, it's going to be difficult to find time to be productive, right? That's one of the things that I've struggled with, is finding opportunities to get work done outside of what I do on a daily basis. Because a lot of what I want to do is... like, I want to work on in Consummate some more, and I want to work on Temple of Todd, the map that I'm doing with DF. And I still have a bunch of stuff that I've got to do for iQuare, for custom terrain and such. I want to convert some graphics that I've got on the backlog. That'll be useful for a lot of people. Like, there's tons of stuff to do. But... it's just one of those things where you have to find some way to make it happen. Yeah, I figured that's where you were going with all this. Oh. It looks like I already made one. That's nifty.
But I need your help. I can't take on 4 AI alone. Let's find those retards at...
The problem, I think, is I probably made that with a different setup. So, like, I should copy this, right? And then... take this. Yeah, so then it'll be the right volume to be in sync with all the other stuff. Oh, but I guess this would be pasted at 100% volume. Let me see if that's too loud. I might have to lower the fire volume some more.
Let's find those retards.
Seems fine.
Let's find those retards and light them up. Yeah, it's pronounced retards. Listen here, buckos. This is gonna hurt me a lot more than it's gonna burn you.
Wash your penises, buckos.
They must be Charlies. Let's find those mind nodes and make them look like my father. Not these guys. Did you write that one yourself? Put them out of their misery. Put their whole faction out to pasture. We gotta get my friends back. Shove this up your own.
Sound effects from... Well, I don't remember where this is from. I think I ripped this from some other game. I guess like the fear sound effects were pretty useful. Some of the Halo 4 sound effects were kind of useful, but I had to unfuck them a lot.
You actually?
I mean, that's just the story of my life when it comes to sound effects, though.
Quick, kill his node before he figures out how to attack.
Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing, bong.
I hope you'll respawn. Node before on. Man, I didn't know Protoss had birth defects. I did. Take some ibuprofen and get ready to smash some retards.
Well, you realize that the I guess the critical fault with that way of operating is you're never going to get better at something that you don't try, so... I mean, the thing is, you don't want to have high expectations of your first outing. You want to have high expectations of your first month or something. Like I was thinking about how to conceptualize it. I mean, we are in March now, right? Yeah. So I'm going to be learning programming and stuff later on this month, but my time is less... It's spread thinner than I thought it would be because I still have the Counter-Strike videos that I want to make, and I have all this other content that I have to do. And so I know that that's going to contribute towards the... towards my ability to... study programming in the way that I was thinking I was going to. I thought it was going to be like a daily thing or an almost daily thing, and now it seems like maybe a couple times a week I'll have time to do it, but not for very long, and So I was thinking about like what my expectation should be then, based on what I can realistically do given the time and what I know my abilities are right now. And so I came away from that just thinking, all right, well, then my expectation is I need to be considerably better at programming by the end of this month. And like obviously that's kind of vague, but when I study it a little bit more, I'll be able to nail things down. Like maybe I can give myself like a goal of a task that I can do is like I can write a semi-complex custom upgrade by the end of this month in GPTP or something like that. Like if I can figure out a way to study programming enough to be able to do that by the end of this month, and that's progress. And that's like a meaningful amount of progress that I can then use. And so one of the things that I'm going to try to do as well is every Mapcrap try to do something different in GPTP, or try to like learn some task, right? Like become more familiar with the environment that I'm working with when it comes to programming, and try to do something different, like the same way that I was doing yesterday when I was coding in custom upgrades and stuff. Yeah, exactly, Ultralist. So stuff like that is what I want to do in the future, is find like, and that's just in general that sort of axiom, the idea that you want to give yourself a goal to strive towards instead of just assuming like demanding excellence from yourself without having any background knowledge on the task. Like what you should be focusing on instead is like, what can I reasonably expect myself to do, and what would be a victory in my eyes? Like what would make you satisfied? Like what can you say I did a good job by the end of this time period on, you know what I mean? And that's the same thing with like anything, even if you're just producing something. It's not the same thing. It's not the same operation in your head, I guess, but it's the same kind of process. Is if you're working on something for the intent of refining your skill, then you want to be able to say, I can now do things that I couldn't do before, and that's a measure of improvement. But if you're working on something with the intent to actually produce a product, and that's your measure of success, then you could just look at the quality of the product that you were able to produce, and then say, well, clearly I'm capable of producing that because I did. So it's kind of the similar kind of thing, even though you're going about it in different ways.
Those fuckers exterminated my friend! Now I have to wait 3 minutes for him to respawn!
So,
in the words of a complete and utter embarrassment, they'll pay for that! First, they take my friends. Then they kill them? That's it, they're dead! Those are my middle names! Serves you retards right for messing with my friends. Well, it's done. Roy. What do you say we go there next? I can't believe my whole base is destroyed. We can't let Raw Flesh take my supporting cast. We'll just have to try again, or I'll never get my own campaign.
oh, I guess I can just save this as... Alright, and then after this I just have to do the... Jetman and drive-by edits, and then add them to the game. Obviously now I have to do the triggers. I'll get the briefing up, and then after that I'll do the in-game stuff. It's always weird for me to do this stuff on stream, because usually it's like... you guys are really seeing behind the fucking curtain, if you know what I mean.
I don't know, but I need your help.
The construction of a briefing. Of a map.
That's up for the player to decide. Chuck up! Let's go!
At some point, I'm going to experiment with a different way to save these file names. Instead of just numbering them based on the characters' lines, I think I'm going to number them based on, like, what dialogue event they correspond to. So if we open up the script, I'll demonstrate what I mean. So like the intro would be the dialogue event 00 or 01 or whatever, and then after that, like descending in the script would be the different ones, and that way I could keep track of them, and I would know, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and grab the files, and so they would be like, the intro would be like the file name would basically be something like be like, assuming this is map 1, it would be like M1 EV00 01 Ahmed or something like that. That way I have an exact understanding of, like, I mean, we don't even necessarily need the M1 prefix, but we could use that if we wanted. But it would be like EV and then the number, the event number, the line number, and then who's speaking. And then that way it's like the first one is Ahmed, and then O2 would be Chuck, right? And then I'd be able to use that. So that's one of the things that I've been thinking about, is like ways to improve the process there. That would definitely be better than what I'm doing now, but I've already named everything else, so.
They must be Charlie's. Not these guys! Did you write that one yourself?
Bing, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong. I can't believe I'm not going to be able to watch most of IEM Katowice. Very depressing. Is it Katowice or Katowice? Katowice. IMO.
I did!
Man, I can't believe I recorded like a bunch of shit yesterday as well as this voice acting, and now I'm looking at it. I also streamed 3 fucking times. I did a lot of shit yesterday, man. And I still feel like I'm perpetually behind on everything. Productive shit, yeah. So what's going on, Mr. Kai2 Hacks? Pantaprazole! I've seen only embarrassment. Oh, I should have kept the medic effects open. Probably just curiosity more than anything.
This pack's ready.
This pack's ready. What you need, Chief? Orders?
I always get worried about silencing bits of static in Audition. It usually crashes the program.
Go ahead, boss. Where we going? Ignition! Let's roast him! Melt that Micken! Melt that Micken! That's hot!
What a unit.
You playing chicken clicker or something? Will that burn be for here or to go? Cook that chicken! How long do I cook this for?
What sound set do these even use? I don't actually remember if... Well, I'll just look at the AR file. That'll be more accurate than my reference sheet anyway. What Warcraft 3 mission is the most difficult for adaptation to macro? Man, that whole campaign is difficult. I mean, obviously, it's probably the tower defense one, but ignoring that one... It's probably some... Like, if you ignore the Rexar campaign and the tower defense mission, it's probably still something in the Frozen Throne. Because that campaign had so many insane things associated with it. Alright, so this is...
What you need, Chief? Ignition!
I always wondered why emulation was so fucking difficult. I mean, these games are all playtested on PCs anyway, but I assume that's related to the fact that they don't provide you with any materials to, it's not like they hand out dev kits or whatever. Whoa.
Your ride is here, sir.
What a nice man. Here we go. Yeah, it probably would be. I agree. Oh yeah, the caves where what do you that insane shit where you have the I don't even remember what's in there, but there's like it's separated into 3 maps because that's how limited their engine was.
Your ride is here, sir. Long trip? Shall we? Windows down. We are loaded, sir. We are loaded, sir. We are loaded, sir. Let us went. Straight away, sir. You are aiming, right, sir? Getting a good angle. The vehicle is in park, sir. Shoot first, aim later. Yes, sir. And if you look to your left and shoot, you'll see victory. You may not want your seatbelt on for this, sir.
Hello, mower. What's up? You really think so, Icor? Just to extend the map size? I mean, obviously there's... didn't you say, like, minimap drawing was going to be more difficult than the actual in-game stuff? Hold on, I gotta see what the, I guess it probably uses the Rainer stuff. Oh, I was gonna replace the Vulture. I don't know if that's necessary. Oh, it probably is because of the ready sound. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else then. That went pretty well, actually, right? About an hour to edit and separate out all those audio files, not too bad. We can move on to importing them into the map and the unit responses into the mod. And then we can do trigger work.
We are loaded, sir. Windows down.
Oh, I fucked up. Pranked myself. And how do we end up getting that list? Is that just trial and error? Or is it stuff that I can find by doing that Notepad++ thing?
Let us went.
There's some software that I think you called it. It was called Scarf or something, which was supposed to help find. This information automatically. Is there any tool we can use to automate this, or maybe we have to create the tool to try and find that stuff? Because as I recall, the Scarf was only useful for the remaster or something. Okay. Open this up. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I was asking, is there something else that we can use that would be more guaranteed? There are a couple more sounds that I need to add in here. Not quite sure what else I'm missing. I know I'm missing a munchling sound. And I thought maybe I was missing one of the marine sounds. Yeah, it's this landing site doesn't have any ass. Yeah, I'm missing Marine 03. So let me put that together. What do you mean it's ineffective?
Oh, crap. This landing site doesn't have any ass. 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 Any ass. Landing site doesn't have any ass. Have any ass. 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 gas. Oh, this land inside doesn't have any gas.
Well, that's shitty, but whatever. It'll do. Yeah, saying we're gonna make our own game is not very helpful until we actually start making our own game, so... Alright. You go on ahead. Well, you have to decide if what you're trying to commit to is making a project within Brood War, and then, you know, I mean, I agree with the principle. I don't think I'm going to be bothering working with Brood War long enough for any of this reverse engineering shit to matter. In the, like, basically, it's just what I need for Hydra and Consummate, and once we get to the point where I have all of the stuff that I need in that list, I can work around all the other limitations. And if we get even more work done, then great, it'll help me. But odds are I'm going to be leaving Brood War after a year or two and moving on to my own game. So, like, because of that, I agree with the sentiment that it doesn't make any sense to bother with more reverse engineering. Yeah, I mean, we're not really hacking Brood War in this context. If you wanted to actually make a remake that would still read the same file or whatever, you would have to reverse engineer the entire game. So, well, then it's not a remake, you dummy. What are you trying to say? I think there's some issue with how you're communicating. I never understand fully what you mean. And maybe you can elaborate on what you're trying to say. Oh, we got two Alexanders. An alternate Alexander and a real Alexander. What's up, guys? That's a 2-for-1 right there. And 2 + 1 is 3. Here is the another assets boomed over busy CSGO. That's a comment on my YouTube channel. I don't know what the fuck that means, but that is a comment. Blondie says hi. What's up, Blondie? I think, yeah, Hoop Thrower and Ichabod are working on this. Wow. That's... Don't make me look at that. Kai2 Hacks, what's wrong with you? Alright. Yeah, what? That's a real comment. Here is the another assets boomed over busy CSGO map. What does that mean? Oh, should I even figure that one out? Should I even try? I'm not even gonna bother. You're a capital G, an OG, and a capital G. I gotta take this to 0. Respond to it? I can't. It's not possible. Charlie is an enemy because Raw Flesh mind controlled him. What a ridiculous interaction. You have to. I changed it over from that to. Hold on. Yeah, so I changed the objective for, or the condition to destroying a structure because I realized that if the frauds kill the hero, they get control of them, right? That was the idea. But now that the hero can respawn and like be retrained, I wanted it so that, you know, they would obviously just rebuild the hero in that sense, and ideally you wouldn't have anything like that. Anything crazy like that. So it was just gonna lead to way too much feature creep to track that stuff, so I ended up with a simpler solution. No, I didn't bother trying to make it so that there was a behavior associated with them. The biggest experiment here, or the biggest like focus here, was definitely working with the AI, trying to make the AI as good as it could be. So that's kind of the hope. Speaking of hope, there is some hope that I'll have a Mapcrap version of the outpost ramp, north-facing outpost ramp. So if that happens, even fucking better. I'll make a quick blend with the dirt, and I'll be able to be throwing that shit around in a few places. Pretty nice. Looking forward to that, so that I can actually finish the detailing. Ideally, there'd be some dirt doodads and stuff over here too, but odds are I'm not going to get too much done in that area. But DF has been a hard man working in the rear, getting all that stuff implemented. So, all right, I'm going to take a quick break, get some more water, reset, you know. I'll come back and I'll be finding some phone sound effects for the briefing, and then the Munchlings unit or sound effect that I'm going to use for the dialogue event, and then I'll start triggering. Yeah, no swamp water for this map. That would be a little out of place, I think. Okay. Had to find my button. It is found. Alright. So what did I say? I was looking for some phone sound effects. What the fuck? What? What is wrong with these sound effects, man? I always find some really insane shit all the time. That's annoying. I like how there's sounds of people destroying phones. That's a real thing. Commercial CDs. I did not think that my sound archive would fail me on such a domestic thing. But that's okay, because I've done this before. So I can just go ahead and grab the sound files from the other time that I did it. Although I was hoping for some better ones. I forgot about that one. Ahmed changes wrecked son's ringtone to prank him. What an insane reality. Alright. So I have to kind of... Ah, I see what I did there. It's back from like 2015 or something. So I have to time it out, I guess, in here based on the briefing stuff. We have the first sound file is 4.3 seconds. Then there's 1.5 on top of that, so 1.5 before the portrait appears. And then there could be like a brief delay. So we can say at this point, so we need 1.5 plus 4.3 is 5.8, so... So we can try that one. We're just going to add a brief delay after the portrait appears. Shorter than that. Oh yeah, and then I've got to make it happen again. So then we'll say... Alright, so let's see what happens if we pop into here. Oh. I was supposed to actually wait.
Come on, you Napoleon complex having mongoloid! Pick up!
Hello.
Get over here right now, Chuck! I really need your help! I have a serious problem and I can't handle it alone!
Hello?
Chuck!
Oh, hey Ahmed. I thought you were an Indian tech support guy.
Shut!
Alright, that's almost good. The second one is a little bit slow. We'll have to decrease the weight here. 400, I guess. Try that. That worked out pretty well, though.
Come on, you Napoleon complex having mongoloid!
Hey man, is my Discord server active? Yeah, should be.
Hello.
Get over here right now, Chuck! I really need your help! I have a serious problem and I can't handle it alone!
Hello?
Yeah, okay.
Chuck!
Oh, hey Ahmed. I thought you were an Indian tech support guy.
It should be that one.
Shut up! I have a huge problem! My friends are fucked! Look at this!
Save me, Ahmed! In Soviet Russia, Red Sun save you! In Soviet Russia...
Oops. I forgot to set that to a raw flesh one. pranked. That's why we test. Accidentally wrote you. Alright. That's pretty good. I think we're in good hands there. I kind of want to pick a different briefing track, but we'll see what happens. It's telling you it's invalid. That usually only happens if you've been banned from a server. You wouldn't happen to be any of the Uncle Beru accounts I've had to ban from the server, would you? I mean, there's not really that many here. So unless you joined a while ago on a different account. There's a few frauds. There's some fraud accounts. Fraud, A fraud, capital A fraud, A underscore fraud. Grungo Warrior. Yeah, that should be fine. Let me take a look. Yeah, you were the one who added me earlier today. I don't have you on the ban list, so you should be able to get in. Well. I'll give you a second link. Maybe this will help. I just generated that one. Maybe my server's been banned. I don't think they do that, though. I think they just delete your server if they don't like it. Rather than stopping new people from joining. Apparently bans are IP based though, so if you join the server on an account before, that could be the reason. Like on a different account. But I don't see how that would have... I don't actually think they are IP based, because the number of people who, like Necron, who joined on like 50 different alt accounts, I don't think there's anything like that. Doesn't make any sense. Alright, so this is done. Let's start the triggering. Oh yeah, I needed to add some sound effects to the first Chuck line. Looking for paper turning, page turning.
Ahmed, the script. Ahmed, the script says they're called. Ahmed. Ahmed, the script says they're called clownies?
That's so dumb. Alright, now I need to figure out something else for the see what insane things we find when we search for Scream. I don't know about that one. Oh, this looks dumb. You made it in. That's not gonna work. That sounds good. Let's do that one. Oh, it's an AUG. Perfect. It's just as dumb as I hoped. At least 3 game seconds. 3. Bing, bing, bing. dumb. I can't believe that's a real thing. No. There you go. Well, with this done, the map will be actually done, I think, which is pretty crazy. Somehow it's always surprising when stuff like this is actually finished. As finished as it's going to get, anyway. Alderas and Alderis. Nice combo. I know. Oops. This is dumb because it's like 6 and then 5 or something. Because the first rockin' is 7 and the second rockin' is 6. Some math for you. I don't know if there's a reasonable gray color. I'll try that one, I guess, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I'll just try regular gray. Imagine a faction that has the war cry, and we're walking. Oops. Do some testing to make sure that we have the right sound file in every single event. We'll be good to go. I don't even remember what color he is. I don't remember if I actually made him say "you are you," of course, in this line. Wow, I have 70 in-game lines. That's pretty ridiculous.
You are you, of course.
I guess I did. So now I guess we'll say... I think it's based on the switches now or something. So we can just... Save me Ahmed. Blah, 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 blah. I had to remember what color I used for him. Oh, I guess I should also do, like, player 4 commands at least. Factories.
Wait. Ah, shit.
That's weird. I don't know why I thought there was something broken there. I guess we'll do a quick check to make sure that I'm correct here.
Those are my middle names.
Nice. All the Ahmed lines are accurate. So far, we hope. These Marines are some of the most insane things that I think I've ever put together. Thank God. How's it going?
And I thought the Raiders were Mongols. That's pretty cool, though. I like the sound of that.
All right. Well, in that case, all of the dialogue events will be done. Yeah, I'll have to find a good idea for their profile, their voice profile later on. I have about 90, maybe a little over 90 voice lines or sound files. It's 88 voice lines, but there's some sound files that are mixed in there that put it over 90 for this one map. Not to mention all of the custom audio that you'll hear in game from the mod. But even so, I was able to keep the file size pretty down, like it's under 60 megs, which is pretty nice. Something like it's actually a little bit over 50, but just barely, which is I think pretty good as far as optimization is concerned. All right, I'm gonna take another BRB. So BRB. Okay, I'm back. See, we missed out on some music because that ended at the perfect time. XD. Okay, so the fact that in just about 2 hours worth of work, we managed to edit all the audio and then implement all the audio, like trigger it and stuff, pretty fucking nice. So now I guess I'll be on the hunt for some music. I don't know what I might sample for this. There was also some... Wasn't there a White Kenyan song that I found at some point? I downloaded it and saved it, but I don't know where I put it. It might be in my archive over here. I don't think so. I don't. Maybe if I figure out what the song actually was called, I might be able to find something there. It's always confusing to me when I see, when I like misplace a song. I don't know where the fuck I put it, but oh, maybe it's in here. No. It's not in here either. Well, great. Now I can't find it anywhere. I'll just search my history for Bandcamp. Aha, here it is. It's called Turpentine. Turpentine. Well, if it's not in libraries at all, You know what I probably ended up doing? It was in... I probably threw it into the Ahmed's Adventure sound. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. I found it. Right. Alright. Now I think we've gotten somewhere, maybe? Unfortunately, that's going to skyrocket our,
If you talk all the time, you'll never hear what anybody else has to say. And therefore, all you'll have to talk about is your own conversation.
our
The same is true for people.
file
That
size.
means, when I use the word think, talking to yourself, subvocal conversation, the constant chit-chat of symbols and images, thoughts, words inside your skull.
Not so bad, I suppose. If I can find some sort of,
Find that you've nothing to think about except thinking. And just as you have to stop talking to hear what others have to say, you have to stop thinking.
Stop talking to me, idiot. How about that one? Yeah,
Talk all the time.
I'm hoping that I can find some sort of laid-back instrumental. Maybe not laid-back, but an instrumental song that I can use for the briefing as well. Since I honestly, like, I was expecting the whole. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be testing it today, and maybe, you know, it's not going to be done, but I was not expecting to be done like with the whole thing today, where I was going to have it triggered and I was going to have it tested in some fashion and all the audio edited. I blew past my own expectations, which was pretty funny to me. Let's try this one. I always like popping in and trying to edit music around to see if I can make it fit a particular idea. So here I'm going to sort of crossfade these. I want to shorten the amount of time you're not hearing the full loop, if that makes any sense. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to see how that sounds. Move it a little up. That might be too far, so we'll have to see. No, it's fine. Even this is a little too long of an opener, in my opinion. So let's see what it sounds like if I just cut it down to brass tacks here. Problem is, I obviously don't want it to sound so I don't know. It sounds like too artificially faded in right now, so I'm going to try cutting out less of it. We can see if we can do something like that. Obviously, it's not going to sound like this anyway because I got a downsample up. So I'll do that now. Another thing I was just thinking about is maybe I can crossfade in one of the earlier parts of the song with the opener so that it sounds a little bit less jarring. Something like taking this. Just grab that maybe. That's probably too much, but... it would be like... yeah, I like that better anyway. That's much better for the opener. This might end up being in-game music instead of the briefing music. It's a little too busy for briefing, I think. But I guess I can try it out and see what happens. It's kind of busy for in-game too, but... that's fine. One of the good things about the Senwith tracks is that they tend to progress, like they're progressive from a songwriting standpoint, where they don't end the same way that they started. There's enough repetition in there to make it feel like an actual composition, but it moves from one moment in the song, like one movement in the composition to another, which makes it really ideal for in-game audio as long as it's not too busy. Like if it's in-game music, the idea that you have a persistent theme that carries over between the first part of the track to the end and all the way through. You also combine that with the fact that you have a track that doesn't sound the same at every stage of it. The player's not going to be focusing on the music, generally speaking, but they should be able to get something out of experiencing that music. So that's an important thing for me, is like making sure that it's reinforcing a thematic of the race or the faction, or the moment in the map or whatever, but it's also doing so in a way where it's holding something back because it knows it's not supposed to dominate the soundstage. It knows it's not supposed to take control of the listener's auditory faculties. That's another reason why the opening of a track is so important, because it sets the stage. So yeah, this one's too noisy by comparison, so I can't use that one, unfortunately. Even though it's pretty different from the other one. That was kind of the selling point for that one, is like it was similar in theme to the rest of the soundtrack that I'd already picked, because it's obviously from the same album, but oh well. Just can't win them all. What are they lacking in iQuare? Like, to make you feel like they're not active enough? Oh, I see. I want to compare the sound file. Okay. So in this case, we have ourselves something that's probably like way too loud. I'll compare these two instead. I guess I could also do, that song that I was using for the prank music. Hold on, let me grab that. Because I'll use that for... Alright, that's good. We'll use this for... The fuck? I haven't seen that program in about 10 years. Yeah, I used the scaling system for a while, and then I realized it's way better to do the, like, dependent, have the attack waves dependent on... Oh, it's T-Vict, not T-Victory. Yeah, basically what you were just saying. Oh, I guess I can use that for the title music too.
Come on, you Napoleon complex having mongoloid! Pick up! Hello? Get over here right now, Chuck! I really need your help! I have a serious problem and I can't handle it alone! Hello? Chuck! Oh, hey Ahmed. I thought you were an Indian tech support guy. Shut up! I have a huge problem. My friends are fucked. Look at this.
Save me, Ahmed! In Soviet Russia, Retson save you!
I have taken your friends to use in my campaign that is 100% original and not apparatist. I am not retard. Goodbye.
Who is that retard? I don't know. He looks like every other clown clone I've ever seen. But I need your help. I can't take on 4AI alone. I mean, what do I look like, a scout portrait? DK on that one, man. So when do we start? That's up for the player to decide. But the sooner we do, the less maps Rek'Zan has to appear as Kerrigan's cuckin. Kerrigan's Chuck? I'm not infested. Chuck up! Let's go!
Reporting for duty.
Let's find those retards and light them up! Ahmed, the script says they're called clownies? Yeah, it's pronounced retards. Oh.
I can't believe that's a line.
SCP good to go, sir. SCP good to go, sir.
Need some mickin'?
SCP good to go, sir.
What you need, Chief?
SCP good to go, sir.
I think maybe I should boost my music by 3 decibels.
SCP good to go, sir. Orders received.
Well, the problem is you are very limited in what you can do.
Orders received.
I just have worked within those limitations for long enough, I guess. Like, what I've noticed is you try a lot to, like, change the limits or to work past them or whatever, whereas I'm mostly just like, alright, I guess this is how it is. And so, eventually you'll make a much better system, but... like, that's where your effort goes, whereas mine is, like, trying to... My effort is placed into trying to use the tools that I have. Even so, though, my AI is definitely, it needs some work in a few areas.
Job's finished. Orders, Captain? Yes, sir?
Need some mickin'?
SCP good to go, sir.
Where are we headed?
SCP good to go, sir.
Not enough minerals.
Roger that.
Give me
Where are we headed? It's burning time, nigga.
What you need, Chief? SCP good to go, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir? Affirmative. Orders received.
Orders? That's
SCP
hot.
good to go, sir.
Ignition.
Yes, sir? Right away, sir. Orders received.
What you need, Chief? Let's roast him.
Yeah, they have a flamethrower.
Orders?
SCV good to go, sir. Right away, sir.
Where we going? Orders? What you need, Chief?
Good to go, sir.
Ignition.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Orders received. Affirmative. Right away, sir. I read you. Job finished. Orders received. Reporting for duty. Right away, sir. Affirmative. SCV good to go, sir. Right away, sir.
Not
Job
enough
finished.
minerals.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir.
No, it's concussive. Just like the fire bat. Oh yeah, I've got to do some UI. Forgot about that. Yeah, portraits and UI are pretty much all that are left, I think, at this point.
I read you. Orders received. I read you. Job right away, sir. Orders
Our
received.
forces are under attack.
Commander?
Orders, Captain.
Need some mickin'?
SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain.
Utterly eviscerated.
Finished. I read you.
What's up?
Yes, sir.
Not these guys.
We have the power of the agents of the fathers of TOD. You will probably not win.
Did you write that one yourself?
Yes.
Did someone page me? On my way.
Reporting for duty.
Add-on complete.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir.
Base is under
I
attack.
can't build there. Orders received.
What?
What's up?
Hey.
Yes, sir. I read you.
Bombing time, nigga. Sweet. Another adventure.
I read you. Affirmative. Orders received.
Base is under
Orders,
attack.
Captain.
Where we been? Sweet. Another adventure.
Right away, sir.
Need some mickin'?
Research complete.
What you need, Chief?
You may check in.
Job finished.
Add-on complete.
A black break.
Where does it hurt?
Got any chicken?
SCV good to go, sir.
A black break.
Job finished. Yes, sir. Right
Not
away,
enough
sir.
minerals.
Give me chicken.
I read you. Reporting for duty.
Got any chicken?
Oh yeah, I was gonna try to test out the air-focused build
This
today.
thing's ready. What you need, Chief? Melt that Mickey!
Commander?
Red with teeth. Red with teeth. Red with 3.
Listen here, buckos. This is gonna hurt me a lot more than it's gonna burn you.
That's hot. And we're walking. Ignition!
Additional supply depots required.
Yes, sir. Job finished. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Orders, Captain. Orders received. Affirmative. Roger that. Affirmative.
Not enough minerals. Your forces are
Go
under
ahead,
attack.
Here we go.
Oof.
Come on already!
Additional supply depots required.
What you need, Chief?
Aha.
Complete.
Ignition!
I've done it.
Roast 'em. Melt that Mickey. That's hot.
I read you.
And we're walking. Come on already.
Reporting for duty.
Upgrade complete. Your forces are
ready.
under
I'm
attack.
thinking. Still waiting.
Oh. Their speed upgrade isn't working for some reason.
Still waiting.
What's up?
Let me start up the coder.
And we're walking. And we're walking. You think? Oh, sure.
Your forces are under attack.
Still waiting.
Am I forcing? Oh.
Need some Mickey?
I read you. Orders received.
Insufficient phosphine gas.
Ready?
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
Dispatch ready. Oh, sure. And we're walking. You think? Oh, sure.
Where we headed?
One of the dialogue events isn't firing for some reason.
Still waiting.
Base is under
And we're
attack.
walking. Oh, sure. And we're walking. Ready? Come on already. You think? And we're walking. I was just gonna suggest that. Oh, sure. I was just gonna suggest that. You think? Oh, sure. I'm thinking. Still waiting. And we're walking. I was just gonna suggest that.
Upgrade
I'm
complete.
thinking. Still waiting.
Your forces are under
I'm
attack.
thinking. Oh, sure. I'm thinking. Oh, sure. You think? I was just gonna suggest that. Ready? And we're walking. I was just gonna suggest that. Ready? Come on already. I was just gonna suggest that. Go ahead, boss. Still waiting. Oh, sure. And we're walking. Come on already.
This is so dumb.
Ready?
Complete. Your forces are under attack.
I'm thinking. Still waiting. What is...
We've got it.
Melt that Mickey. Oh, sure. Melt that Mickey.
We did it. It's over. Charlie is ours.
Insufficient phosphine gas.
I'm thinking. And we're walking. Oh, sure. You think?
Save me, Edmund!
I did.
Oh, thanks.
Commander?
Ready to roll out. Orders, sir. Absolutely.
Perfect. So that works.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Insufficient phosphine gas.
Orders received.
Hey, yeah, that's my base.
Affirmative.
Your forces are under
Ready?
attack.
Still waiting. Oh, sure.
Reporting for duty. Orders
And we're
received.
walking.
What a bully. I need this gas, dude. Whatever, I'll take that one instead.
Ready to roll out. Yes, sir.
I'm mostly Mongolizing anyway, considering my current level of
Are under attack.
income. Yeah, I feel like this map, like, if you know what to do in this map, it's not that difficult. but I could be wrong. We'll see.
Come on already.
The frauds should fall over pretty soon. Oh!
Still waiting. Come on already. I was just gonna suggest that. Destination.
Can I read you? Yes, sir. Orders, Captain? Affirmative.
Destination orders, sir. Delighted to, sir.
Commander?
Give me chicken. Orders, Captain? Roger that. Right away, sir.
Yeah, that would be way better than having to manually put it in every single time, that's for sure.
Affirmative. Reporting for duty.
And we're walking.
Orders, Captain? Right away, sir. Give me chicken. SCP good to go, sir. Finished. Orders received. Orders, Captain? Affirmative. Orders received. SCP good to go, sir. SCP good to go, sir.
Destination.
Job's finished.
Ready.
SCP good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Roger that. SCP good to go, sir.
Upgrade complete.
Reporting for duty. Right away, sir. SCP good to go, sir.
Not enough
I read you.
minerals. Your
Orders
forces
received.
are under attack.
SCP good to go, Job's finished.
What's up?
SCP good to go, sir. Job's finished. SCP good to go, sir.
Kenyan training is working.
Your forces are under attack.
Roger that. Job's finished. I read you. Roger that.
Upgrade complete.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir.
Where we headed?
I'm black from break.
SCP good to go, sir. SCP good to go, sir.
What is happening? Oh. Oh, shit.
I'm thinking.
Daddy, you're black.
SCP good to go, sir. Reporting for duty. I can't build there. Orders received. I can't build it. Orders captain away. Roger that.
Need some mickin'?
Give me chicken.
And we're walking.
Orders captain.
Your forces are under attack.
Affirmative. Orders captain. Job I read you.
I may have taken too long here to stop trolling.
Chief.
I read you.
Got any chicken?
I'm thinking.
Oh, it looks like they assigned themselves to the wrong res area again. Unfortunately.
SCP good to go, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Job finished.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's blind, by the way.
Orders captain. Affirmative.
Upgrade complete.
Orders
Your
received.
forces are under attack.
Heresy.
Those are my middle names.
And
Reporting for duty.
And we're walking.
I read you. Right away, sir. Reporting for duty.
Ready? You think?
SCP good to go, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Orders, captain.
You think? Oh, sure. You think?
Research complete.
And we're walking. You think?
Base is under attack.
Need some mickin'?
SCP good to go, sir. Job's finished. Orders, captain. I can't build there. I read Job's finished. Reporting for duty. I read you.
Your forces are under attack. Insufficient Vespene gas.
Yes, sir? Orders, Captain? Can I read you?
Yes, sir. Oh, sure.
SCV good to go, sir.
You think? Oh, sure.
Add-on complete.
And we're
Your
walking.
forces are under attack.
Ready? Destination.
Yeah, this is still doable, I think.
Job finished.
Add-on complete.
Seems like those guys never bothered to fix themselves. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, they seem stuck somehow.
Orders, Captain? Can I read you? Reporting for
Your
duty.
forces are under attack.
I can't build it. Something's in the way. Can I read you? Job finished. Reporting
Your
for duty.
forces are under attack.
Right away, sir. Orders received.
Wait, my forces are under attack? What the fuck?
Thinking. You think? And we're walking. I was just gonna suggest that.
Oh shit!
Your forces are under attack.
Oh, sure. You think? Oh, sure.
Job finished.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna smash the Zitsun one with air because I need them. If I don't
Upgrade complete.
keep if I can't secure their assistance here, I'm almost certainly fucked. And they have a pretty good starting
Not enough
area
energy.
over here. Oh, there's that base that was never taken for some reason.
Hey man, mixing it up. Zerg, here? Hey man, how are you gonna do that?
I have to change his portrait to Rainer as well. I forgot about that.
Can I read you?
Alright, let's take this base.
Can't build there.
Your forces are under attack.
How are you gonna do that? Zerg, here?
Oh yeah.
Job finished. Orders, Captain?
Alright. These units are probably broken, so that will help me. Holy shit. Alright, they're only really broken if... Hi, I brought a friend. Chuck, you fucking cuck, help me.
Let's get this over with. Hey man. Zerg, here?
Well, there. I need to get that upgrade as soon as possible.
Mixing it up.
Alright.
How are you gonna do that?
I think we're... Whoa, shit, he's still alive! Yeah, rearranging res areas would be nice in that sense. For sure.
Let's get this over with.
Hello, you've got a man in your base.
How are you gonna do that? Dookie, mixing it up. Dookie. I'll be seeing you.
Yeah, all of the custom graphics are from there. All of the vehicles, or ships rather.
How are you gonna do
Base is
that?
under attack.
Zerg, here?
Alright.
Job finished.
Hey man. Dookie, mixing it up.
Orders received.
Oh shit.
Your forces are under attack.
How are you gonna do that? Dookie, I'll be seeing you.
Base is under attack.
How are you gonna do that? Mixing it up. How are you gonna do that?
Your forces are under attack.
Ensnare.
Affirmative. Orders received.
Being bullied. Oh shit! I'll be seeing you is right, man. Oh shit. Alright, this is a disaster. Second Rockin', yeah. That's one of the reasons why they're so powerful, for sure.
Orders received. Affirmative. Roger that.
Let's get this over with. How are you gonna do that, Dookie? Wow.
Kill things.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Job
Zerg, here?
Hi.
Hey, man. Mixing it up, Dookie.
Base is under attack. Add-on complete.
Zerg, here? Hey, man. Hey, man. Let's get this over with. Wow. How are you gonna do that? Mixing it up.
Ho ho!
Mixing it up. I'll be seeing you. How are you gonna do that? Hey, man. Let's get this over with. Mixing it up. I'll be seeing you.
Your forces are under attack.
Let's get this over with, Dookie. Let's get this over with. Zerg, here? How are you gonna do that?
1v1 me, bro.
Let's get this over with. I'll be seeing you.
Ah, shit.
Let's get this over with, Dookie. Hey, man. Zerg, here? Hey, man. Let's get this over with. Hey, man. Zerg, here? Wow. Let's get this over with. Wow. I'll be seeing you.
No!
How are you gonna do that? Mixing it up.
Wait, where did that guy even go?
How are you gonna do that? I'll be
There you
seeing
go. Found him.
How are you gonna do that? Hey, man. I'll be seeing you.
Oh, he radiates.
Zerg, here? Wow. Zerg, here? I'll be seeing you. How are you gonna do that? Hey, man.
Additional supply depots
Zerg,
required.
here? I'll be seeing you. Let's get this over with. Mixing it up. I'll be seeing you.
Your forces are under attack.
Hey, man. Zerg, here? Hey, man. Let's get
I
this
think I
over
can do
with.
it.
Wow. Zerg, here? Hey, man.
Base is under attack.
Fuck you, mind node!
Migrate. Dark, take some iron ibuprofen and get ready to smash some retards. Oh, of course.
Hey, man. How are you gonna do that?
Thank God. Raw Flesh was about to annihilate me.
Your forces are under attack.
Zerg, here? Wow.
Oh shit. Splash damage. well, it's okay. My allies will... At this point, I think they can play the game for me. I have some green unit somewhere. Green dot somewhere. I don't know where it is. Alright. The time has come.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Yeah, sometimes he watches them. I think I usually stream early, too early for him to tune in, but... I'm sure he's going to see this.
Hey man. Hey man. I'll be seeing
Honestly, every single time I hear "Hey man," I think somebody's mix-playing me. I'm like, what the fuck? This frontline defense guy is trying his best.
Hey man. Hey man. Hey man. Hey man. Let's get this over with. Let's get this over with.
Yes, sir? Reporting for duty. I can't build there. Right away, sir. Yes, sir?
I think we win.
Hey man.
It would be very... I would be impressed if this AI... This is like the ultimate test of the AI, if they can 1v4. But I don't think they can. I think the Zerg are going to kill them. Although, admittedly, we haven't even started to attack that AI specifically. We've just broken through the main line
Hey man.
so far.
Let's get this over with. Hey man.
Yes, sir? I read you.
You may check in. Daddy, you're what?
Go, go, go.
You may check in. You may check in. I'm black from break.
Let's get this over with. Mixing it up. Zerg, here?
Yes, sir?
You may check in.
Additional supply
You may
depots
check in.
required.
Got
Oh,
it.
oh,
Check in.
Read you. Reporting for duty.
nice fire.
Right away, sir. Orders
You may check
received.
in.
Affirmative. I can't build there. Right away, sir.
I blocked that.
And I thought the Raiders were Mongols.
Hey, what happened to everybody else?
Your forces are under Your forces are under attack.
this is insane.
Upgrade complete.
Yes, sir? I read you.
I need more.
Daddy,
I read you. I
what?
can't build there.
Yeah, I think we can break them, but it might take a while, man. They're gonna take a while to die. So
You may check
Forces
in.
are under attack.
execute them.
I blocked that.
Yes, sir?
You may check in.
Sir?
You may check in.
Hey man. Hey man. Hey man.
Hey, man.
Zerg, here?
Reporting for duty. Affirmative.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
And we're walking.
Yeah, they're still defending. Holy shit.
Your forces are under
Alright, looks like they're finally falling over.
forces
It
are
looks like
under
I'm finally running out of Mineralis, which is an achievement unto itself.
How are you gonna do that?
I don't know, man.
You may check in.
upgrade complete.
You may check in.
Still waiting.
We are loaded, sir.
Job finished.
Come on already. You think?
Your forces are under attack.
You may check in. You may check in.
All right,
Your ride is
you're fired.
Ready?
Your ride is
Still waiting.
Can't come in here and named anime fan and then challenge me to a shitty game. Why would I?
Mixing it up.
We finally done it. It only took like 40 fucking minutes. But we did it.
How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that?
Your forces are under attack.
How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that? Mixing it up. How are you gonna do that? Mixing it up.
Yeah, I saw the text was off for that one of those transmissions. It was an Ahmed line.
Your forces are under attack. Upgrade complete.
I'm thinking.
Windows down. Getting a good angle.
Insanity.
Your forces are under attack. Additional supply depots required. Upgrade complete.
Another adventure.
Amen. Amen.
You may check
Additional
in.
supply depots required.
They've finally fallen. The impossible has happened. I honestly am. I am. It's because I cheesed the allies. Like otherwise, I would definitely have died. But so the mission is kind of binary in that sense. If you don't get your extra allies, you will get fucked. But holy moly.
Long trip. Well, it's done. The retards have been destroyed. Right on. We can chuck this up to another win while the boss is napping in a bottle.
In Soviet Russia, bottle nap you. Same in America, though.
America, land of the fat and home of the dairy.
What do you say we go there next?
Oh boy, pizza.
Dumb. So there were two things that were busted that I noticed. One of them was that dialogue line. So I just have to find... Oh, it's in the triggers. Well, I guess really there was a few things. So the victory trigger has to go on the bottom so that the second rock-in trigger happens first. And then, whatever the last enemy you defeat is happens first. But yeah, when the first rockin' were destroyed, this was supposed to say Chuck, and the line is, I thought the Raiders were Mongols. So that's saved. But yeah, then I also noticed that for whatever reason, the speed upgrade for the civilian unit ID was not working properly. Oh. That would be why I didn't actually implement it. So we can just pop this in here. Or you can say unit ID Terran civilian. And the upgrade is unused upgrade. I think it was 48, but I'll make sure just by hopping into Firegraft real quick. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be the end of my stream for today. I have work in an hour and a half, so I want to make sure I have a little bit of time to get some other stuff done before I go, like the channel map, for example. Cyclops speed is 50, so let's say 50. And that'll be the speed upgrade for them. I might have to nerf the speed upgrade in terms of how much speed is actually given to the other units for the Kenyan training upgrade, but I guess I can save some time to do some testing for that later. But that should be it. I mean, that was the only thing that I noticed was wrong. I didn't try all the other upgrades, but the Oxel weapon, like the cooldown upgrade, definitely works. I think all the upgrades for everything else work as well. I didn't see anything like wrong per se. So the only thing is, like, there's two things that I didn't get a chance to implement. One of them is replacing the Ultralisk with a copy of itself and using a new iScript. Not a new graphic, but a new iScript that does the same exact thing as the Ultralisk, but plays a different weapon sound. That was for the unit that... the Ultralisk version for the Zitsun, so that they would play the licking sound when they made those. If I have time tomorrow, I'll implement that because that's funny and something that I would like to have. But otherwise, the other one that I wanted to do at some point was replacing or adding in a new unit, a new air unit for the Kenyans and the Raiders to use. I don't think that'll happen though, because that requires a little bit of time to make sure that I got everything right, and I don't want to throw something in there that could really get destroyed at the last second. So tomorrow's stream will mostly be me picking out portraits and other such things for the units. Also making sure that I have a good set of like custom strings. So like instead of saying train firebat, it'll say train jetman. And I'll just pick some... I don't think I'm going to have any command icons for the new units because most of them were custom graphics that we didn't even have up until this month or the past month. So we'll just have to deal with the fact that they don't have the appropriate icons. But otherwise, I think everything worked out pretty well. Obviously, I didn't test everything. Oh, that was the third thing that I noticed that was fucked up, is that for some reason in the triggers, this isn't right. So I'll just take another look at this. I think the problem is that it is Force 1 targeting player 4, where it can be anybody targeting the Rectsun guy. So that should work. I don't see why that wouldn't. So maybe I just have the wrong thing in the triggers. So this is like Punch Rectsun is the trigger name. Yeah, it's supposed to be the death of one hero-infested Kerrigan. Real quick, I'll find the unit def to make sure that that's actually what I called her in here. H.I. Kerrigan, yep. So that was that. So, I mean, that should be the case, that the death is set correctly. But in this case, we're waiting for... Yeah, I mean, that line seems fine to me. I don't know why that line of code wouldn't work. Because that's waiting for Force 1, any unit owned by Force 1 to be attacking any infested Kerrigan unit ID, which is what Rectsun's unit ID is, owned by player 4. And that obviously is happening at location anywhere. So in that sense, that should definitely be working. I don't know why it isn't. So I'll have to debug that, because the player combat for Rectsun and for... the player combat for attacking Rectsun worked. The player combat for attacking Charlie did not. And Charlie is player 5. So I don't know why that wouldn't be the case. It is setting it to for player 1, for current player, and it's running. The script is running for player 1, so that should definitely be the case. Like, engage Charlie. Oh, I didn't put in the engage Charlie dialogue, apparently. That might explain it. I thought I did. Didn't I? I must have deleted the trigger by accident or something, so I'll just add that in tomorrow as well, or maybe after stream. Anyway, that's going to be it. So there's that. Seems like I've made a bit of a gimmick map with the AI, but I will have to do some testing and debugging for the player combat stuff, and I will hope that DF can send me that ramp so that I can implement that. And otherwise, it's just going to be like the general odds and ends user interface polish for like portraits and strings and maybe some buttons. But yeah, I mean, most of the functionality is working. Like the map can be beaten, which is good. The AI seemed to be working fine. There was the one thing where I think Rainer's natural got fucked up by the town location change. Like that's 22 and this is 20. Is that the case though? I'll just check this real quick. Oh, so it was his, like maybe this was supposed to be 22. Yeah, so I guess this has to be called layout 22 now. And then 22. This has to be 21. Oh no, his natural is 20. Now. So this has to be 21. EXP not create. So nat is 20. Northeast is 21. Central is still 10, right? So yeah, that looks like that fucked him. And 19, 8, 18. I mean, I don't know if any of these other... I didn't really notice any other problems with AI, but I also didn't have shared vision of them. So I'm thinking that now that I've fixed this AI, I still have to find out like what the layout shit was for them. So I don't know. That'll be another thing that I debug later on, is try to fix that. So fixing the triggers and the res area declarations is going to be important. Those are like the two functionality things I would like to get done. And then it's polishing off the user interface and picking portraits. I hope I can do all 4 of those tasks by the end of the stream, and hopefully I can even save some time to implement the Ultralick and maybe some other odds and ends that I find out when I'm testing. And that's that, really. So as far as acquiring new allies, I like the idea too. My main concern is, like, what it feels like here is if you don't do it, you die. And that's, maybe, obviously players of different skill levels are going to be okay with that. Like maybe they can win even if they just execute their AI enemies instead of rescuing them and turning them against the others. And the other thing is that the frauds were supposed to mind control those heroes to control them away, take control away from the Rockin. So if they mind control Charlie, then Charlie becomes the fraud ally and an enemy to the Rockin. And you still have to kill the mind node in order to rescue him. But he's allied with the frauds instead. For whatever reason, that doesn't happen in here. At least I've never seen it happen. I also think that maybe they don't rebuild their heroes, which is another concern that I have. Is like, I don't know why that happens. But hopefully I can figure that out as time goes on. I think you can do it without it being a gimmick. It's just a matter of, like, I want to figure that out. Maybe I'll do some other experiments in other Mapcraps so that I can try to solve that problem. Anyway, I really gotta go, so I will see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out, and yeah, until tomorrow.
Save me, Ahmed!